Well, hello, fireman friends. Welcome back to another edition of Farming Simulator 2015 with me, your old buddy, Mr. Moose. Back on our farm at Manchester, and I do apologize for the 2-day absence. My internet has been, well, manure, and so, I haven't been able to put any videos up. So, it's Sunday. I finally have a decent internet connection, so I thought I'd shoot a video out for you guys. Where did we leave off? Our potato field finally got sown. I gotta tell you, I surely thought renting for 1 hour I would be able to sow that field with potatoes. That field is a little bit larger than you think. It's deceiving in size, and it actually took 2 hours to plant that, so I had to re-rent the potato mod. Now, granted, I think I might have goofed off a little bit and taken a little bit longer, but I ended up having to use 2 hours of rental on it. To actually get that field planted. So it is done, and so all the fields are ready to go. Now we've got 4 days to go in that time. What are we going to do to kill some time? Well, we're going to do some more things around the farm to enhance it a little bit more and to make a little bit of money while the fields are growing. And one of the things we're going to do is we're going to put some orchards in. I normally do them on a map. I haven't done one on Manchester. And we especially could use it here because you've got those 3 days where we're doing nothing. Those 3 days we can be collecting some fruit and making a little bit of money off of them. We're not going to make a gold mine, but we're going to make some decent money. So that's what we're going to do today. And to get started, we've got to mow a little bit of grass. Then we're going to plow little strips. I'm going to plant them a little bit different than I normally do. I'm going to put them in. I'm going to mow the area first. Then we're going to come in and we're going to plow the area where the trees are going to go. And then we're going to come in finally and put the trees in and we'll be good to go. So that's what I'm going to be doing. To mow with, I am going to go ahead and get the Chrome Big X, the Chrome Big M, and do it. Most of you guys talk, when I asked about that before, most of you guys said just go back and forth between smaller fields, use these guys, bigger things, use this guy. And so I'm going to be doing some mowing off screen, and I figure this one will be good. It'll also work for what we're doing now, so I'm going to go ahead and get it. And then the other thing I'm going to get is in my forestry equipment. I'm going to go ahead and purchase this. I've rented this before, and we've done a little bit with it, but it's that AHWI. I use it for tree grinding, stump grinding in the forestry videos. But you can also plow with it, and we're going to use it today to make the furrows that we're going to be putting our trees in with. So, yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing today. So let's get started with that. Should have both of those, get those delivered over to the farm real fast. Reset. Really? Yes, please. Reset. Yes, really, please. All right, there we go. Both of those are here, and we are ready to go. So let's get into this guy and get a little grass mowed real quick. So what's been happening? Some people asked me what I thought of the expansion now that it has been officially announced and released. If you haven't seen it, go to the farming-simulator.com website and read all about Gold and the Gold DLC. I was happy to see, again, y'all have to bear with me on some of this stuff. I am not a seasoned farm sim guy like some other folks who've been playing it since it was out in its early stages and have been through 2009 and 2000 whatever and 12 and 13 or whatever numbers have been out there. I just picked it up a few months ago and started playing, and love it, have a good time playing it, but I haven't been through all the DLCs and all that other stuff. So all I had seen so far about Gold was a whole nother version that you had to buy, and it was being bundled with some stuff like the joystick or the steering wheel that they're getting ready to put out and things like that. So I wasn't real up on all of the little subtleties about Gold and didn't know all that much about it. But it appears that you can either get the game as the Gold edition, or you can also buy the DLC. So the DLC is like 19 bucks for me, so I will pick it up. But my impressions on it, I'm not really impressed. It's Russia, so the farm is going to be set in Russia, and all the equipment is Russian equipment, and they basically, it's just the same stuff. It's just tractors and implements to go along with the tractors, just they're Russian. And that doesn't do a whole lot for me because I've already got tractors and stuff. I was hoping for new content, you know? New implements, new toys to play with that weren't just the same thing. Oh, get out of there. Don't be cutting the actual field. And so, yeah, I'm a little disappointed in it. I just, I want more. I want, you know, and even if you had to put a John Deere brand in, it's still not going to do that much for me. I mean, it's John Deere tractors, okay. But it's the other thing. It's the cool stuff that's not in the game, you know, that I'm missing. But there might be a lot of people who get into it, especially those who are, you know, German or, you know, Ukrainian, people who play farm sim over in that area. They might get into that, and it makes sense to add that into the game if that's their target audience they're going after, to appease them, because let's be honest, farm sim so far has been mainly aimed at the US and you know, Eastern European audience, mainly British. So maybe they needed to make something like that to expand their brand. That's the word I was looking for. So I don't fault them on that. That's a good marketing ploy. But as far as me, it just, hopefully the map is fabulous. But I won't know that until I actually play it now, will I? The next question probably out of your mouth is, will I get the DLC? Of course I will. Seeing as I've built this channel mainly around farm sim, it's something that I'll pretty much pick up all the DLCs just because, well, I should. I won't go back and get the iRunner, but pretty much the rest of the stuff I'll probably get just to have, and have some different content to show, because I'm sure a lot of you will be on the fence as to whether you want to purchase it or not. 19 bucks is a lot of money probably for a lot of people who may not have that extra income, and you know, the way I look at it is I make a little bit of money on these videos, not much, but I make enough to pay for my habit of playing this game, and so I can just take a little bit of that and put it towards giving back, and I'll buy the DLC and play the DLC and showcase it to you guys, and then that way you can see what is there and make up your mind as to whether or not you want to get it. So that's sort of the way I look at it. It's, you know, this channel kind of funds my habit. I'm not getting rich off of doing this stuff. You guys having the subscriber base helps me make a little bit of money, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make a whole lot of money. But I use the money to enhance the channel. You know, this month I'm going to use the money to, you know, pay my cable bill and pick up a set of G27, and then, you know, at the end of the month, pick up the DLC. So that's kind of the way I look at it. Alright, so with that done, so we will end up picking up the DLC, you know, with all that conversation, we'll end up picking up the DLC and giving it a shot and seeing what happens. So we need to find a tractor here. There's the one I was looking for. And I ended up in the wrong one yet again. Alright, so grab this guy here. We need to run and pick up the grass real quick. Shouldn't be much. Seeing as there wasn't a whole lot left. Nutrition-wise in the ground, there was no nutrients. A little bit of moisture, so I'm sure the harvest that we got on grass wasn't big. But it's enough. Yesterday, off camera, I did play Farm Sim for a little bit. I filled up the mix station and got it all topped off while I watched the football game. And surprisingly, my football team won. I really expected them to lose. So I was really happy yesterday. It was a good day. But yeah, I pulled a little bit of silage out of there and some grass. See, we're almost completely out of grass. I've really got to focus on getting some grass mowed. And I know that's something you guys aren't going to want to watch, so that's something I'm going to do off screen. Because it's going to involve me going around the map and all the little green fields. I need to honestly just purchase a field, plant it in grass, and maintain it just like I maintain all these other fields. So I did drive around and look for some fields. I think I figured out which one I'm going to do it on, and actually set that up probably after the next harvest, as we are running a little bit low on funds, if you consider 300,000 low, which I do. So all right, so we'll get it here, pick up all this grass, and then once we get it out of the way, we'll start on the orchard. This thing does not like make tight turns, so swing out a little bit, grab it. Whatever I miss, I'll come back and get. Just want to get the bulk of it up. Ooh, come on. Lock all the diffs in. There we go. And if anybody's wondering, yeah, the differentials are locked in using drive control. If you don't have that, that's the mod that I use to do that for four-wheel drive and being able to lock in your front and rear diffs. You can't do that with the standard game the way it is, which is silly, but missed that one, didn't we? That's the thing. I wish Giants would just go ahead and hire like Upside Down and the entire group from BM Modding and let them go in there and actually do the mods for, do the, you know, develop the equipment for them, because at least those guys get it, you know? I mean, they do a really good job. Upside Down really gets it. He does a really great, his scripts are really good. Really good stuff. I know this is This seems like I'm just drunk trying to do this. I really have no idea which directions I'm headed. Just trying to get this cleaned up a little bit. So we can come in here and get these orchards planted. Alright, let's see if I can stay right in the middle of this. But yeah, somebody, I'm thinking about mods and or additions into the game. Somebody asked me the other day, because we were talking, I guess, about seeding and things like that in the last video. And somebody out of that video asked me, don't I think a cone seeder would be really cool in this game? Which, yeah, it would be cool, except for the fact that how are you going to get giants to implement feeding envelopes of seed into a seeder to keep it running? You know, they can't even. I mean, the seeding isn't realistic as it is, so how are you going to have that part of it? And are you going to have that where it's one of the old tractors where you sat right next to the cone and you fed it, or are you going to have it where you've got to do multiplayer and you've got to have hired help or something to either drive? I mean, you'd have to have hired help basically drive the tractor, and you'd have to sit on the back of it with your little packets of seed and feed the seeder the whole time. Which would be interesting. Either that, or it'd have to be a multiplayer thing where, you know, you drove your tractor and your buddy sat in the back and refilled the seeder every time, every so often. If you and I are thinking about the same thing as far as a cone seeder goes. My recollection of a cone seeder is it's basically a seeder with plates down at the bottom, and you fill a cone. There's a cone in the top of it that you pour your seeds down into, and that goes into a distribution wheel which distributes the seed amongst the seeders, and then they put it down. And so every so many feet you have to put another packet of seed in. I think that's what you're thinking about. So and if that is, yeah, the only way I'd see that one happening is somebody like BM Modding did it, because I don't see Giants implementing you having to buy bags of seed packets and having you sit there and refill the cone every time that you needed to. I'm sure it could be done, though. I'm not sure you'd want to do it, though, on anything bigger than a small plot. Which is usually what they're used for. Smaller plots. Big agricultural, you wouldn't see them on a big agricultural farm so much. It's more like a smaller family operation thing that you would see them on. I mean, they're older style cedars from back in the day. All right. I'm just going to park this right here for now. Then we'll get back on it later. I think it seems like it's spun around a lot. Alright, let's grab this guy here and head over to where we're going to put the trees in. Whatever am I going to do with this thing, huh? I shall show you. So normally what I do is, normally I come in here and I just drop trees on the ground and it's no big deal. I place them out and just set them down, and I don't ever take care of the ground underneath it. But I thought this time I'd actually till the ground in the strips where we're going to put the trees, and just for a different look, and go from there. So that's my idea anyways. Alright, so I'm going to set this up, and I want to jump in here real quick and just look. Mods, placeables, and I think we're going to do the orange trees because I like them a lot. And I want to look at where I want to put my orange tree in relation to this. And I think right here. Let's go halfway in between these dark lines here. I think right there, and then we'll go every 14 feet or 14 meters as far as we can get over towards the road. And that will be our orchard. And as far as having a way in and out of here, let's have our first one be maybe right here. Right in this area right here will be our first tree. So about even with this little bush there. Alright, so I want to come right up here. And let's jump in here so I'll make sure I get everything right. I went to allow field creation, which means I've got to, let's see, I got to do something here, there. I got to make sure both of these get lowered so I can do plowing with it. There we go. And we're going to turn, just so I get straight lines, I am going to turn my GPS mod on. And I'm going to set that up. Alright. And we're just going to plow right on up through here. So what I'll do is I'm going to plow this strip. I'm going to place all the trees down. Once I place all the trees down, I'll probably come back with my little seeder and clean it up to where there's just a little strip. And that might be just enough right there anyways. So I'm going to take this on forward. To about here. That should give, maybe the telephone pole there is our line. Yeah, let's see. That should give enough turning radius for all the cedars, and ooh, the sprayer might have an issue if I go any further than that. Let me look up here. Probably need to come back just a little bit for the sprayer. Alright, I need to set my working width on this. Let's come into the GPS. Turn off the blinker. Which one did I turn on? Alright, I want to set my working width. Get rid of that. Thank you. To 14 meters. There we go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, so looking at that tree right there, that's usually the one that I have some clippage with this fertilizer sprayer. So maybe that's where we start this at. Let's drop that down. And we go ahead up through here. And this will also give me my lines so I can see it when I start putting the trees down. I'll see exactly where I want them and all that good stuff. I know it's overkill, but it's just something I wanted to do different. Just being different with it, right? I mean, if this was more realistic, we'd have to actually come in here with a hole digger. Dig holes and place them in the ground that way. Have one of those big tree spades. Now that would be cool. So any of this that we mess up with, I can always come back with a small seeder and seed the grass in and get rid of all the nastiness that's left over. And we'll be back to regular grass. But this will just give us a reference point to get the trees planted, and then we can go from there. Come on. Alright. And looks like we'll get one more row in here. Alright, so now we can go into here. Go into our placeables. Grab our orange trees. And we can start the process of laying all this out. So, drop a tree there. Okay, drop a tree there. That looks pretty good to me. Alright, so... come on. Do right. Probably should be spaced out more apart, but yeah, I'm being greedy. Taking as much as I can get, right? I hope I'm getting these actually in the plowed area. Can't actually see where the trunk is. Oh, now I can. I might not have all those in the plowed area. Might have to pull some out and replace them. Do we do one more? Let's do one more on each of these. There we go. Yeah, some of these are not going to be placed at all right. They're not. Yep, I'm going to have to go in there and remove a bunch. It's going to cost me a little bit of money, but, you know, me being the perfectionist that I am. So let's go in here. Mistakes are made. Let's go in here. Sell some of these off and I'll get this right. Come on. Okay, come on. Let's see, that one's got to come out. That one needs to come out. That one's good. That one's good. Basically, I think the ones that I got from here up are pretty good. So I could actually see where I placed them. Yeah. Alright, so from there back, I just got to reset. Alright, so slip back in the shop. Buy these again. And let's do these right this time. So I think I need to pull further away so I can actually see where the trunk of the tree is. There we go. A little bit more so I can see the trunks. Because it don't know good to do it wrong. There we go. That was good. So what do we end up with? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 35 trees, and that'll be a decent little profit. It's a start. Cool. I think that looks pretty cool, you know, with the brown up underneath them. That actually looks pretty decent. Some, you know, surely some weeds are going to grow in there because it's a plow, but I could actually come in now and just go around this and manicure all this to where there's a little bit of grass in between the trees, or I could just leave this the way it is. Either way. Probably go get the little cedar and do that. And now I got plenty of room to drive up in between them. This will be where we come in at back here. I can't do a whole lot with that. as far as changing the little pathway in. I could go and edit that in the map itself. Alright. So we're done with this guy. I'm just going to hide him away. We don't need him right now. Stick him back in there in the corner next to this guy. There we go. And I guess we'll rent a little cedar because I don't want to keep one here on the farm. So let's go into here. Under category sewing machines. Rent that guy for 1 hour. I know it's at the dealer. Get it delivered to the farm. Real quick. There we go. Alright. There we go. Set that to grass. Run over the sign. So I just noticed my frames per second's up on the screen. The reason it's at 30 is because I've got it locked in at 30 for recording. I like to keep it stable. Hopefully it stays at 30. I normally don't have that up on screen, so I don't know why it's up there. I must have hit a button or something the other day. Alright. Reset that. Yeah, I just happened to glance up there and realize it was up. So like I said, I could come back in between each and every tree and just sort of drive around in a circle, make it rounded around. I don't know. I'm sort of liking it the way it is. Tell you what, you guys let me know what y'all think. Yeah, of course, you may say, well, that's a waste of time. I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm into aesthetics. I like things to look decent. I mean, that's the reason I'm coming back and doing this little bit, is at least to get it all uniform. There we go. So that when this grows back, it'll at least be grass. I don't know. It's up to you guys, what y'all think. I could leave it like this, or we could actually put grass in there. Either way would look cool. I'm thinking if it's just, though, like, I'll show you what I mean. We'll do one tree this way. I can always come back and take it away. Come in. A little loose on that one. Let's see if I can tighten it up a little bit more. There we go. If they were all like that, I wonder how it would look. Or it was just that little splot. Honestly, I think it looks better with the whole line being that way. Like the brown all the way down. Yeah, I think I like it. I think I like it brown all the way. I was thinking like that, it might look more like in life when you've got your mulch bed up around it, you know? But then again, in all the pecan orchards here, it's grass right up to the tree. They don't actually hill up around the trees. Alright, so that's done. Got a little grass out of it. Got some orchards in, so... Whoa! What'd I hit there? Hit something. Wow, what is causing that? Is that thing down low still? It was. Oops. Tearing up the machinery, dum-dum. So that'll be a nice addition to our farm, having our orange orchard in. And I got a couple of more planned that we'll get in as we get going along. Thinking about getting a chainsaw and taking all these trees down right here. Maybe putting some in here, right in this area here. Just a row of trees here. And then I was also thinking about on the drive coming in, putting some on the drive coming in, out here in the front. But yeah, like a row right through here somewhere. But like if you started right here and did trees up through here to wrap around that drive. But I don't know, I may leave that open. I also want to put a lettuce greenhouse in. We've got all that manure. Which I don't think the lettuce greenhouse takes manure, come to think of it. It only takes seed. But I do want to put a lettuce greenhouse in. Start doing some more of that stuff. Alright, so I don't know what I'm doing here. Take that off. Don't need it anymore. I don't need that. You can drop that off actually. I just got to figure out where I'm going to put that greenhouse because it's so big. It'll take up quite a bit of space somewhere. It may have to go at a different farm. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But I'll get that figured out. So this is sort of a short video, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was something different to do today. Rather than do the same old spraying, spray. It'll give us some more that we can do. As we advance time, we'll end up with some wool to get rid of, as well as we'll start collecting the harvest off of the trees, which will be cool. I got to get a kiosk set up so we can start selling the oranges off and go from there. So find new things to do or rehash some older stuff to do and continue to advance this little project. So anyways, I may do some forestry a little bit later on and kick that video up as well, because I am kind of into doing a little bit of forestry. I kind of miss doing it, and usually I want to try and do one forestry video a week, you know, and Sundays is sort of what I want that to be. But with the fact that I missed a couple of days this week due to internet, I thought, well, I'll get back on the farm, pick up where we left off farm-wise. I'm not going to worry about the fields until the next day, which will probably be our next video that we do on this farm. We'll probably fast track time forward. I'm going to go mow some grass probably off screen and get some grass mowed and done and collected up to build up the grass reserves here. But off screen I'll do that, but when we come back for the next edition of Manchester, it'll probably be the next day. We'll probably end up doing a little bit of spraying of herbicide on all the fields to get them. We'll look at the moisture content on all of them, get them all leveled out to where they're all at the exact same level going in. Like I said, I want to keep it around 43% for the next few days. Keep it right there around that magic floating area right there in the 40s, and then that way when we hit midnight the day before it rains, we should be in a good position for it to rain and get the fields up to where they should be optimized. So that's my goal anyways. We'll see how it goes from there. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll be back again with another one tomorrow, hopefully, and then we'll keep on going. If you like the video, make sure you thumbs up it. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.